In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful, all praise is due to Allah, Lord of the worlds, Master of the day requital, that we beseech for help. Guide us on the right path. On the path you bestow favors, not those you lead astray. Forgive us for our sins, our unjust behaviors, our lies, our lusts, our laziness. Protect us from the evil shaitan and the attacks from the left, the right, the front, and above. All praise is due to Allah, Lord of the worlds. My name is Eric Farad Muhammad. This is the Mahdi Tapes, Part 7, The Jew. Now, I'm going to step in and speak on this because I'm very disappointed. This whole thing about the Jew and this controversy of anti-Semitic behavior, or so on and so forth. First and foremost, I want to state that there's such a sensitivity about what Jewish people have been through. But why is it not the same sensitivity for what black people have been through? You talk about the Jewish Holocaust and what Hitler did, right? And we understand these things, but that's with a religion of people. See, it goes back to the Israelites. And it was the president of Egypt that said, why do you have a problem with the Jews? He said, they left black and came back white. Let me say that again. He said that the original Jews left as black people, and when they came back, they were all white. Now, I want to address a few things here. I gave him some instructions to Minister Farrakhan. That's right, I said instructions to not address the Jewish situation because it was irrelevant at this point in time. There's classes of men, there's classes of gods, and there's classes of devils. No doubt about it. Now, there's degrees of evil. There's degrees of wickedness. There's degrees of righteousness. Yeah, I'm not here to say, well, you're 1/10 more of a devil than this man over here, or you're 1/3 more of a devil than this person right here, or you're 1/3 more righteous than this man or this people right here. I'm here because God, Allah, has sent me to do work, and people are more concerned about rhetoric, of Jewish rhetoric or so on and so forth, than they are about the elements, about the flooding, about the hail, about the earthquakes, about the tornadoes right here in America. You're more concerned about this rhetoric you call hate speech. Where is the violence that any Nation of Islam member in its existence has done against a Jewish person? I'm going to ask this again. The definition of hate speech, it should be called something hateful, physically, intellectually, but the truth speech, if I was shot at by a 6-foot, blonde-haired, blue-eyed individual, and I identified that person as 6 foot, blonde-haired, and blue-eyed, does that make me hateful? The Minister Farrakhan points out that the Nation, not the Nation of Islam, that all of Hollywood, all the sports teams, are run by the so-called Jews. Have you seen the violence and the destruction that's going on in Israel against the Palestinians? Let's look at that. for a moment. People, have you seen the pictures of little Arab children throwing rocks at tanks? They're throwing rocks at tanks. That is hateful. Not on the Arab part, because that's their land, but then you use the biblical saying that this is our land because it's ours because God gave it to, because he gave it to the Israelites. That is what the Bible says. But are you the Israelites? That's the whole point of this. Looks like a con job to anybody that has any common sense. And if that makes us hateful, then that's what we'll have to be in this day and time. Now, I'm stepping forth because I have to say to the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, his #1 student, which is Minister Louis Farrakhan. Listen, sir, this ain't your fight. You don't even have to fight this fight. Step down. I'll take care of this. It's not your fight. I'm not coming after any Jewish anybody. I'm coming after the unrighteous, the wicked, the devils. That's who I'm coming after. That's who's getting wiped out right now. Not in 10 years, not in 5 years, not in 2 years, not in right now. See, the Mahdi Tapes came out a month ago. They took down the same with my Facebook, took down the minister's Facebook, but they said for him anti-Semitic speech. And I warned him against going down that path because it was not necessary to have a showdown with the Jews. The showdown is with the devil. What difference if a lot of the Jews are really worshiping Satan and not the common Jews? They don't know what's going on. It's a 10% hierarchy. The masses don't know anything. So it makes us look bad when we say the Jews. So we have to be careful in our rhetoric, in our language. And for me to be the baby, to have to tell the wise one this is, it's all right. And we should be thankful. But war has broken out on the earth. War has broken out. And to me, it looks like the focus has been taken off the war into some propaganda of, Ben Farrakhan and this and that, this Jewish, who cares? Have you seen the weather? How about that? You see how many tornadoes that's hit in the last few weeks? You see how many earthquakes? You see how many storms and floods there's been? See, I'm starting to question everybody because I'm in charge of this war. Let me be clear with you. So you better go back to the message to the black man. It said to the Arabs, you better be careful because the war is in the hands of the Mahdi Muhammad. And you better understand what you go back to my Instagram or whatever. What do I refer to myself as? The Mahdi Muhammad. I tell you, I play no games with you. I told you that Master Prophet Muhammad named me the Mahdi Muhammad. And I've caught so much flack and hatred for that, but it's fine. So I put out the Mahdi Tapes as a final resolution. As a final resolution to say, listen, denounce or get out my way. And if somebody gonna stop me, this is your opportunity to do such. I can't stand all this. Nobody wants to be around somebody that hates somebody because of their color of their skin or their religion, unless their religion is that to Satan. See, really what needs to happen to this hierarchy of Jewish people, say, listen, we don't know if you're not responsible for the a lot of the atrocities that are going on, let's sit down and talk about these things. Sit down with the man and say, listen, this is not what we're responsible for. Let him speak. But by banning and pushing people down because you don't want them to speak their truth, that's wrong. You have robbed us. A lot of you people that call yourself Jewish American, you have robbed us in the sports and entertainment. You robbed black people blind. There's so many stories and examples of this. Why we can't address that? What is wrong with us addressing that? What is going on with I had my own interaction with the Jewish mob in Chicago through Rahm Emanuel and that funky Obama. Yet, I'm not one to judge people by their race or their color. I'm here to judge people by their deeds. And the one people that's been kicked down, tried, pushed down, pissed on, beaten, whipped, raped across the world is black folks. And that's the one people that nobody's standing up for. Nobody's trying to put them on a pedestal. So obviously they must be the chosen people. Yeah, you don't like that. You don't want to hear that. That sounds ridiculous to you. Well, surprise. How am I even relevant? Who's this guy speaking? What is his relevance? Oh, well, I'm the one that says storm be, and there so shall be a storm. I'm the one that says we're going to wipe them out, and then so shall it be. That's who I am. Now, I got upset with this last speech because it's taking us into a propaganda war. When I'm fighting a physical war, trying to take attention off the physical war with a propaganda war where they control all the goddamn propaganda. And I'm going to be a little bit more blunt than Minister Farrakhan with you. It's my duty to be a little bit more blunt with you people. Minister Farrakhan trying to do the world a service by saving. This is where I will give him credit. Elijah was more drastic in his viewpoints because his viewpoints came from Master Farad directly. Better go back and read Elijah's viewpoints if you think Mr. Louis Farrakhan is anti-Semitic. You better go back and read Master Farad's viewpoints if you think Minister Farrakhan is anti-Semitic. Because he said, who's the devil? See, Minister Farrakhan has tried to corner that off into a box. Minister Farrakhan has tried to say, no, not all white people are evil, just a portion, just the talented tenth of them. Excuse me. Well, I'm here to tell you, I serve Master Farad, and I serve Elijah. I serve Allah. I don't trust anything or anyone if it doesn't come from Master Farad Muhammad. I haven't seen an upstanding, righteous, truthful, unblind, undeaf, unhearing Muslim. I haven't met one. And it is truly a blessing from Allah to be able to see, hear, or speak the truth. And you can't con God. You can't fool a Muslim. What? I mean, you cannot fool a Muslim. Listen, I'm going to be 100% transparent today with everybody. I've had enough. I can't take much more. That's why the weather is getting worse. That's why everything's adverse. That's why, people are dying. The end game. It's the end game. We're here. There's no ifs, ands, and buts about it. Who cares about banning Facebook? Who cares? How about them tornadoes? You seen them? How about that flooding? Nobody's talking about what's important. How many people have died in tornadoes in the last 3 weeks? How many people have died in flooding in America in the last 3 weeks? I'm just talking about America. Have you been looking about worldwide, the weather, the tsunamis, and all these deaths in India, all over the world? I haven't said anything. I just been sitting back. As a good killer should. I don't have much else to say. We'll get to it. I told you it was war years ago. Years ago, and you had your time to mock. You had your time to show your ass. You had your time to plan your hits. You had your time to plan my demise. You had all the time in the world. It is your destiny now. You reap what you sow, man. You reap what you sow, lady. You reap what you sow for your families, for your kids, for everybody else. You reap what you sow. Go ahead.